Happy New Year! I'm recording this video in early January 2022 and it's topical because I want to talk about New Year's resolutions and importantly why most people fail at achieving the New Year's resolutions that they set themselves. I sit here as somebody who has previously set resolutions and not achieved them. And I wanted to really kind of share that it's not your fault that you're not achieving the resolutions. And there's some really important reasons why, as humans, generally we do fail at the things that we set ourselves in terms of making changes, not just at New Year, but just in general. So I want to talk about some examples and what tends to happen, and then I'm going to share the reasons why, and then I'm going to cover off what you can do to set yourself up for success. Because I think in reality, most people do mean it when they say, I'm going to insert whatever it means to them from a resolution perspective. Let's take the example of lose weight. It's such a valid one that people really are committed to from kind of the new year onwards. Now, there's a part of me that says, could we support ourselves more and give ourselves kind of less of an uphill battle by choosing more wisely not to go as mad about what we eat or drink over Christmas? Now, that might sound like, oh, that's really boring, really poo-poo. But if ultimately every January your New Year's resolution is, I'm going to lose weight, and it doesn't happen, then by default, just by choosing different things, and I'm not saying drink water and eat kale all over Christmas and nothing else, but actually just kind of reducing the amount of, I don't know, whether it's alcohol or chocolate or snacks, whatever the case may be over Christmas, means that you're setting yourself up for less of a challenge come the new year. So that's just aside from my own kind of experience, if you like. So why do humans really struggle with setting and achieving, achieving New Year's resolutions? So there's a number of reasons, and let's take weight loss as the example. So you decide on the 31st of December or the 1st of January or whenever it is that you are going to focus on losing weight. Some people might have a goal of, I want to lose 2 stone, 3 stone, 4 stone, or half a stone, whatever it might be. And other people, it might just be, I want to lose weight. Now, you probably start off the new year with really good intentions. You exercise for the first week or two. Maybe you join a gym. Maybe you join one of the numerous online memberships for kind of yoga, Pilates, high intensity workouts, any number of things. You set off really well. And maybe to begin with, you're committed to it and you stick at it for the first week, maybe the second week as well. Usually by the third week, your motivation and discipline will start to wane. This is really normal. Now, probably what happens in this moment as well, see if you can relate to this, you start judging yourself for the fact that you're not fulfilling on what you committed, i.e., why can't I seem to continue the commitment I had in week 1 and week 2? Oh, I haven't got time. You might make excuses. You might make excuses and still privately berate yourself. These are all really common things. Now, there's 2 things that I'm going to share that are going to help you understand why these things happen. The first is why you want to do something really matters. So that's about your motivation. So if your motivation is, I want to lose weight because I want to look good, there's nothing wrong with that in a motivating case. However, what's probably happening is actually you're focusing on the fact that you look bad in your opinion. So you're kind of exercising yourself to avoid looking bad rather than focusing on something that's more positive, like how much more energetic I'll feel when I've lost the weight, how much more healthy I'll feel when I've lost weight, how much better it will be, as an example, for my children or for my long-term health or for my commitment to my spouse, any number of those things. So why you want to do something is really important, because energy is what life is all about. So energetically, if when you're exercising, you're punishing yourself, i.e., I really shouldn't have eaten all that brandy butter over Christmas, and you push yourself really hard, but from a kind of punishment perspective, you're probably going to do more exercise than is sensible in that moment anyway, which then makes it harder, which then means when you think about exercising again, you're like, oh my God, it was so difficult last time, I'm still aching, all of those things. But actually, you're coming at it from a place of kind of punishing yourself rather than treating your body with love, i.e., focusing on how you can become healthy. Go back to what I said earlier on in the video where I mentioned you could do less kind of overindulging over Christmas. That would be a good example of, I'm not going to eat a whole box of Quality Street because actually that, I know that level of sugar and processed food and all of the stuff that's in there is not great for me. I'm not saying don't have Quality Street, have 3 or 4 in a day or whatever, but don't sit and eat a whole tin in a sitting. You get what I mean. The other reason that really matters around your exercise regime and your kind of commitment to weight loss is actually what you believe in your subconscious mind. Now, very briefly, our mind consists of the conscious, which is where we make the choices every day, and your conscious mind is where you made the decision to want to lose weight as a New Year's resolution. And then you've got your subconscious mind, which is where all of the kind of programming sits. The conscious mind is 4%. The subconscious mind is 96%. There is a huge skew. The subconscious mind is what runs the show. So whatever you believe in your subconscious mind is what becomes your reality. So let's carry on with this example of losing weight, but you can apply it to anything that you've ever wanted to change and failed at New Year or otherwise. Let's use the weight loss. So you choose that you want to lose weight, and we've already talked about your reasoning for wanting to lose weight and why it can be more difficult if your motivation is more negative. And I use that in quotes because negative and positive are subjective, but actually when you choose to sort of set goals around something around being healthy rather than kind of punishing yourself to get away from where you kind of currently are, energetically it's quite different. So you've set your goal to lose weight as your New Year's resolution. And you started off in your, you're going to the gym, you're running, whatever the case may be. The reason why at week 2, week 3, week 4, whenever it happens, and it will happen, you kind of fall off the wagon, so to speak, is because in your subconscious programming, so the 96%, you do not see yourself as somebody who prioritizes health. You do not see yourself as somebody who commits to run 3 times a week or go to the gym 4 times a week or whatever it is you set yourself as a goal. That is your identity. And your identity is held within your subconscious mind, and it is literally your subconscious programming. So while you have all those beliefs, and you may not even know that you have them, because the subconscious mind is brilliant at hiding things from us, but it drives every single thing that we do, think and feel. So you can start to see why, if consciously 4% of your brain says, absolutely, I'm committed, I want to lose weight, it's going to be awesome, I'm going to do all of these things, and I've joined all of these memberships and gyms, etc., etc. 96% of you is going, ain't gonna happen. Now, the 4% might win out for a little while. You can push through on willpower, you can push through on determination, but it will not last, because unless your subconscious mind is aligned to the fact that you want to do it, you haven't changed the programming, which believes that you're not somebody that commits to health. You don't stick to your resolutions. You don't prioritize healthy eating, exercise, any of those things. You will do what's called self-sabotage, which is kind of interesting because you're sabotaging yourself, the 4% that wants to do something, by the 96%, but it's still all you. This is where it gets really tricky, and this is why people like myself who do mindset work help people to finally achieve the things that they say they want to achieve, because all of the thing around the self-sabotage will be unknown. You won't know that's what's happening. You will find yourself going, well, I haven't got time to exercise. Reality, we make time to do the things that we want to do. We go, well, I'm not really feeling up to it. I've got to do these things with the kids. I've got to do these things for work, all of those things. You know, if a doctor said to you, if you don't exercise for the next 2 weeks, you're going to drop down dead, or somebody that you are very close to is going to drop down dead, you would find the time to do it. So it's not that you don't have the time. Those reasons, you could also call them excuses, they become part of your self-sabotage. So your subconscious mind finds all the reasons why it's not possible for you to do those things. They justify them to your conscious mind, and then you go, oh, look, I couldn't make it happen. Oh, well, and then you try again the next year. There's no judgment from me on this. I have been around this cycle many, many, many times before. But when you understand why this cycle is happening, it becomes really empowering, because then you can choose, if you want to actually align your conscious mind with your subconscious mind. And when both are aligned, you can move forward in the direction that you want to do. This is true for anything that you've ever tried to achieve in your life. It doesn't need to be weight loss or exercise or health, but they are very common things that people want to work on. It can be about change of career. This is around like when people really struggle for self-doubt. So many people start businesses and then don't see them through because they can't get past the block of the sort of first hurdle around charging or whatever the case may be. This is the way that the mind works. Your identity that is held at the subconscious level limits what you are able to do. So by changing the subconscious mind, you change what you're able to do. And when the subconscious and the conscious are aligned, so many things become possible, and they become easier, because consciously you go, oh yeah, I want to do this. And the subconscious goes, let me just check. Yeah, good, let's go. On we go. So the way that you change your subconscious mind is, there's two ways. You can work with somebody like myself, which is the kind of easy way to do it, in the sense that I can understand from things that you're saying where your blocks are. Trying to do that on your own is possible, but can be difficult, because you're looking for something that is hidden. And you don't know what you don't know. And I speak from experience because I've been on this journey myself for a long time. So what I would say is, if you've got something that is important and you recognize from watching this video that you've been holding yourself back unintentionally, like I said, no judgment, get in touch and I'll talk to you about how I can support you. If you want to do it on your own, really notice all the things that I've talked about today. So notice what consciously you want to do, and then notice what's coming up in your mind in general that stops you. And recognize that those things that come up as kind of reasons, they're excuses, they are the sabotage. It can be very challenging to go against your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind is there programmed to keep you safe. It literally feels that anything against the programming that it has means that you will not survive. It's there to keep you safe. There's loads of amazing things about the subconscious mind, and there are things that are limiting. What I really want you to take away from this video is, it's entirely possible to get past the limits by aligning your subconscious mind to your conscious mind. And like anything, when they work together, everything becomes possible and everything is so much easier. But when they're in conflict, the subconscious, which is the one that's unknown to you, will always win. So if you would like some support, if you'd like to know more about it, then you can get in touch with me. I am Nikki Penny. I am a mindset transformation coach. My mindset transformation coaching business is Be Your Best Yet. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Be Your Best Yet. And you can email me at nikki@beyourbestYet.co.uk. What I want you to know is, everything that's gone before doesn't need to be in your future. It's entirely possible to change things, and it can be done really quickly. So just notice where you're not achieving what it is you want to in your life. Know that it's possible to change. Get in touch and we can have a chat about how I can support you. And then resolutions, New Year's resolutions, will be a thing of the past, because actually any time of the year you get to choose how you want to live your life. Have a great day.